All right, guys, got the coffee here, got my screen pulled up. You know what that means? We're doing a Q4 income report, okay? So I've done income reports for my Merch by Amazon print-on-demand business for all of 2023. Q1, 2, Q3 is already posted on my channel, and this is Q4. We're gonna take a look at October, November, and December earnings. And the idea is just to share with you guys to kind of look into my business. I'm going to talk about some of my expenses, my ad spending, how I kind of fluctuate my prices to time it for peak season. So we're going to take a look at each month, and then I'll give you kind of a summary and some of my tips and feedback. And hopefully this will help you out there, maybe inspire you. So let's get into it. Right now, I've got October pulled up. Okay, so we're here, October 1st to 31st, and I've got all the marketplaces pulled up, right? USA and all the European and Asian marketplaces. So we can see here, I did a total of 2,365 sales, okay? And here are the summaries for each of the platforms. You can see USA is by far and away my most profitable and highest traffic platform. That's my default uploading platform, but I do get some sales in the other markets. I'll have the totals here at the end of the video, but that's a total somewhere around $7,600, maybe a couple hundred in the other markets. One thing I want to point out here is just my spread of the types of products that I sell. So you can see 91% of the products that I sold during October were standard t-shirts. Next was hoodies. After that was long sleeve. After that was sweatshirt, right? Makes sense. Colder months, those kind of apparel items are going to sell a little bit better. Now down here is my actual, sales of my particular items. So, one thing I've always talked about on my channel is evergreen items, evergreen portfolios. But I will say Halloween is one holiday that I really have focused on over the past few years. So a lot of my sales during the month of October are Halloween related, probably like a lot of you out there. And I have a couple that have done well historically. I have some new ones that I'm trying. But you can see here my top selling item during the month was 186 sales. Certainly not a viral hot seller. That's very good sales, but it's not like some viral takeoff, right? The majority of my portfolio here is all of these smaller items that sell maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 times a month. We're going to get into my ad spend and how I'm kind of promoting those, but the takeaway here is that Halloween was the big sort of push during this month, but you're also getting a pickup of some of your evergreen designs. All right, now we're looking at my ads for October. So I do use Amazon ads. I'm in tier 100,000, so I've had access to ads for many years, and I think they're a fantastic way to kind of really boost your sales. Take some practice, and I have some videos on it, but for the month of October, you can see here I spent $2,038.29 on ads. That's quite a bit of money, but it's important because it helps me promote products and boost my organic sales. Now, the measurement of your performance on ads is your ACoS, right? That's the amount of money that it costs you to get those sales. And mine is 14.57%. That's a little bit higher than I like, but it's still profitable. So you can see right down here, I got 698 total orders from ads, all right? Now, the ad spend did get a little high here towards the end of the month. It is getting a little bit more competitive. I also had a couple silent removals of some of my best Halloween designs, which is super annoying, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second, but there is your October summary. All right, moving right along. Now we're in the month of November, okay? So right up here, 11/1 to 11/30. Again, I have all the marketplaces. This is where things really kind of get interesting and the official sort of kickoff for Q4. You can see just by looking at the chart here, right around 11/23, right around that Thanksgiving week, you got Black Friday, Cyber Monday, things really start to pick up. So November was a pretty good month. I did a total of 3,973 sales, okay? And here's the spread of the different royalties per marketplace. So again, USA by far and away the majority of my sales, a little over $12,000 in royalties. And then here's your other marketplaces. Now, one thing I want to touch on, look at these royalties per sale for November, okay, especially the US, $3.21. We're going to come back to that when we look here at December, but what I'm trying to kind of show here is actually I dropped a lot of my prices during the month of November. And the idea is that if I drop my prices, especially around these Black Friday, Cyber Monday days, that I can get a badge that says price reduced lowest in 30 days, and that'll help boost my organic BSR and hopefully put them in a better position for December when sales really get going. So take a look at the spread here, and you can see 92% standard shirts, a lot of pullover hoodies, long sleeve, very similar to October. Dark colors remain the popular, garment style. You can see here a lot of black, gray, purples, some blues and things like that. Now, take a look at this. In November, I did have a couple shirts that did exceptionally well. This one in particular, this is one standard design shirt, and I got 912 sales during the month of November. That's probably the highest I've had. I wouldn't call that a viral design, but maybe semi-viral. That's around 30 sales per day I averaged for the entire month. For me, that's pretty darn good. And that brought in over $2,500 in royalties just on that one design. I'm going to do another video, I think, on that design and a couple of my other best sellers. Here's another one, because these are not a new design. They're about a year old, and last year they just didn't perform that well. But I tried some other things this year. I was able to kind of boost their organic ranking and get them some more visibility, and I think that's why they took off here. So November was a pretty good month. Again, 3,973 sales, a little over 12K in US royalties. Now let's take a look at the ads. Okay, here's a screenshot of my November ads and my November ad spending. And you can see I spent $1,976.72 and had an ACoS of 10.18%. That's where I want to be. That's excellent in my opinion. I'm really happy with that. So how many sales did I get due to this $1,976 in spending? And you can see right down here, over 1,000 orders, 1,037 orders came as a result of these ads. So my ad performance during the month of November, I actually spent less than October, okay, spent less overall. I had a lower ACoS and made, almost double the amount of sales. Now, part of that is due to some increased traffic, but also some of these ad strategies where I'm really trying to promote products in combination with a lower sales price to boost that organic BSR. And don't worry, we're going to summarize all this at the end. I've got a spreadsheet and I'm going to pull it up here so you can kind of see each month and how it kind of flows. All right, guys, and now we're in December, the last month, most people's favorite month when it comes to print on demand, 12/1 to 12/31, all marketplaces. Here's the graph. You can see we started out December really hot. After that, Black Friday is when things really kick off and sales were really good. And you can see when they really came down, and it was right around December 14th. That's very consistent with previous years. There was another spike on the 18th. I wonder if anyone else had that, but overall, a good month. In fact, this December was the best December I have had since I've started doing print on demand. I did a total of 3,944 sales, almost $16,000 in my USA royalties, and then another couple hundred in the foreign markets. Look at this royalty per sale, $4.23. If you remember, in November, it was almost $1 less than that. So what I did was I purposefully priced my items low during November with some ad spending and around those big shopping holidays. And then right after that, after they achieved a good BSR and I thought a good placement, I raised those prices up. Everything was $19.99 or even higher. And that royalty per sale, higher royalty per sale in combination with a large volume was able to get me a good amount of royalties for the month. The spread of product types is very similar: standard shirt, pullover hoodie, and long sleeve shirt. That's primarily the marketplaces I upload to. By default, I don't upload to throw pillows, pop sockets, and phone cases, mainly due to just my system and flow. It takes a little bit more time to optimize your graphic for those products, and there's a totally different kind of trademark check system. I haven't really uploaded to a lot of those in the past couple years, but standard apparel is what's really pulling the weight here. Now let's go down here and take a look at my actual product sales, and you can see I had some really good sellers. Again, this is that same big seller in November. So if you remember, in November, I sold like 900 items of that shirt. This month in December, I sold another 536. So that one has really pulled a lot of weight. And I have a couple other good sellers. But look, I mean, you get out of my top 10 and I just have a large portfolio that's spread across multiple niches, right? That evergreen kind of approach. And that's something I've talked about in a lot of my videos. Evergreen designs A lot of people have a misconception that evergreen designs just sell okay throughout the year, and that's partly true. There's a consistent element, but evergreen designs also boost during quarter four because people are shopping for gifts, right? They're shopping for gifts for people who do hobbies and occupations and have certain interests, and that's what a lot of evergreen designs are. So you could see a lot of my sales, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You made $50 here, $47 here, $68 here. That's what really boosted the majority of my December sales. And what was kind of inflating that a little bit or helping it achieve that next level was a couple really good sellers here in my top 3 or 4 items. Okay, so now we're taking a look at my December ad spend. So I spent a total of $2,636.33 for the month of December in ad spend. Quite a bit. Now, I had an ACoS of 12.71%, which is well within my profitable range. I want to be below that 23% mark. And I was able to achieve an extra 1,023 sales just from this ad spend. That's like a quarter of my total sales for the month. Some of these campaigns did really, really well here. Look at this one, 230 sales. This one here had 70 sales for an 8.25% ACoS. I had a couple dozen different campaigns running, everything from manual targeting over here to automatic targeting. I even have some product targeting. So again, ad spend picked up during December, but it still remained very profitable. All right, guys, so now I have my summary sheet pulled up here on the screen. This is going to have the totals for October, November, and December. Now, I'm not going to go over all of these. You can pause the video if you'd like, but I do want to highlight a couple things. So right here is your totals for quarter four. And there's a couple of different variables that I want to touch on. I use a designer, so that's one of my primary expenses, and I've included those here on this sheet. So let's just pick a month. We're just going to pick November to kind of run through. So November, I sold a total of 3,973 units, and 1,037 of those units were a direct result of me running those ads. That means 26.1% of my total units sold were because of ads. That tells me a lot. That's a quarter of my sales. Now, royalties for all the markets was $12,608.89. And side note, I used ChatGPT to convert all of the different currencies for today's currency exchange rate. Very quick, that's the way to do it. Anyway, $12,608.89 in total royalties, $1,976.72 in ad spend, and then my designer, okay, who I pay to make these designs for me that I research, and then I maybe scale them out and enhance them and repurpose them. I paid him $180 for the month of November. That means my subtotal earnings for the month of November were $10,452.17. So you could see here, October was about $5,500, November a little over $10K, and then December a little over $13K for a grand total of $29,235.29 for quarter four. I always say this, you've got to celebrate your successes, and I'm going to celebrate this one. I think that's my best quarter four I've done, and I'm stoked with it. Very happy, especially because 2023, I was working on a lot of different side hustles and kind of lost focus and dropped my Merch by Amazon business for a little bit. Now, I do have some notes here, some takeaways that'll maybe get your wheels spinning. So October, what did I put? I said Halloween designs were a big portion of my sales, heavy ad spend, and had a few silent removals. Yeah, I had a few silent removals. 1 or 2 of my best-selling Halloween designs were silently removed. I never got a rejection. I just went to go run ads on it, and I got the, this is not found. I got the dog on Amazon, and I thought, what the heck is going on? And I guess it was removed. I don't know why. It's been up for years. So that definitely hurt me a little bit. My ad spend was a little bit higher than I liked. And, Halloween is a very competitive niche. You have to really niche down. There's a million different ways. But that's what I put for my October notes. Now, November, priced low, average per sale to promote for Christmas peak season. Evergreen sales picking up for gift buying. So I talked about this. My November average royalty per sale was almost $1 less than it was in December. That was on purpose. Now, I maybe made a mistake. Some people could argue I actually left money on the table because I'm losing $1 per sale on average. But the other side is that maybe that lower price helped me get more sales, more volume, which then boosted my listing onto page 1, maybe row 1, row 2, somewhere where it's going to get a lot more traffic and visibility, and then made up for that in December when I raised the prices up. So that's what I have for December, raised all prices. I went everything up to $19.99, some stuff $21.99. I was selling tote bags for like $24.99, hoodies for $36 to $39.99. During that peak season is when most buyers are the least price sensitive, right? They're in a hurry, they need to get a gift, they see something that checks the box, and they hit add to cart. Anyway, that's a look at my Q4. If you guys like this kind of content, consider subscribing to my newsletter. There's a link down below in the description. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'll do my best to answer it. And it really helps if you give this video a like, maybe share it with your friends, tell somebody about my channel, and please let me know if you guys enjoy these kind of income reports. You know, I started doing them as a way to kind of validate myself. How can I have a channel where I'm talking about side hustles and print on demand if I'm not walking this walk every day? I want to hear the feedback from my audience, from the viewers. So if you guys like these, let me know. If you want to see something different, let me know. I'm open to all feedback on that. And be sure you're subscribed because I have more videos coming out soon that are going to recap my 2023 totals with Merch by Amazon, my 2023 totals with the Amazon Influencer Program. I'm going to be talking about some of my other side hustles, my YouTube channel growth, all kinds of good stuff in store. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.